So where a lot of people can go wrong in this business, and they do go wrong, is when they're looking for a flip. Say you go out and you find the perfect flip. It looks great. It's got, you know, angels all around it. You see gold everywhere. You go in and you're like, okay, what do I do now? I'm in here. I see that the kitchen is a wreck. I see that the bathroom is a wreck. Like, I'm not a contractor. What do I do? How do I know what to do here? Go make friends with a home inspector and take them with you. Also, another thing you can do is make friends with a contractor. You're going to need a contractor to begin with. So if you have a contractor to go to this place and look at it with you, he can kind of give you a rough estimate of what this kitchen's gonna cost to fix it up, what this bathroom's gonna cost to fix it up. And you'll know from what they're telling you, you know, you'll be able to take those numbers and go home. Okay, great, you have these numbers. You have somebody that told you what things should cost. How do you figure out whether you're gonna lose money on this place or profit from it? And that's a pretty important question in this business. I mean, if you're not gonna profit, what's the point? One thing that I like to use just as a rough estimate is I will take what the cost of the house is gonna be. And the way that you're gonna find the comps for the house is I have a real estate agent. Get a real estate agent. Go to her, him, whoever, and say, hey, I need comps for this area. They'll send you the comps and you will look at them and see what you're gonna do. If it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and yours is the one that you're looking at is only a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, and the comp that they gave you, the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, is worth like $200,000 once they fixed it up and sold it, then you know that in order to make your house, the house that you're looking at, be $200,000, you're going to have to put another bathroom in it because it only has one and that other one has 2. It has to be comparable. So that's the first step, is figuring out what the comps are in the area. Okay, so now we have a comp. We know that we're gonna put a new bathroom in there so that we can sell this house for $200,000, all right? My formula that I like to use, and this isn't like my final formula, but this is a rough estimate before I even remotely know that I'm gonna make an offer on this place, okay? I take the $200,000 comp and I times that by 70%. Okay, where am I getting 70% from? Yeah, like, where does that come from? I'm not just pulling that out of my butt. I get the 70% because closing costs are going to cost you, closing costs and commissions for the real estate agent are going to cost you total about 10%. All right, that's if you haven't negotiated any kind of percent, like lower percentage commissions with your real estate agent. So I take that 10%, all right, there's 10% right there. I wanna make at least 20% on this property, okay? If I make 15%, that's great too, but I'm putting 20% in the formula so that I know for sure that I'm going to come out on top of this. Because say you didn't include something in the valuation, in the estimate that the contractor gave you. So you've got 10% closing costs and commissions, and then you've got the 20% profit included in there. So what you do is you take your comp, 200,000, let's use 100,000 just to make it easy, okay? Because I'm not great at math, and I am, but I have to write it down. So let's use 100,000. 100,000 times 70%, that gives you 70,000, right? Then you take the price of repairs. So whatever that contractor or your home inspector friend told you that this is gonna cost you for repairs, you take that and you subtract it. So let's say it's $30,000, all right? The place will sell for 100,000 when you fix it up. You times it by 70, so that gives you 70,000. You times it by 0.70, gives you 70,000, and then subtract 30. that means that you cannot afford to buy that house for more than $40,000. And that gives you your rough estimate. I have spreadsheets that I've made over the years that I use to really get down to the nitty gritty, because you've also got labor costs and things like that. It's not just materials. That's really included in the rough estimate of the repairs. A lot of people can really get screwed by not doing that formula. They think, oh, if I get this for $100,000 and I could sell it for $200,000, then, and I only have to put like $70,000 in it, I'll be making $30,000. It's not how it works. There's a lot of behind the scene costs. There's commissions, there's closing costs, there's title insurance. There's so much more to it. So if you use that 70% rule that I just told you, so the comp value times 0.7, and then subtract what the contractor tells you the repair values will be from that, that should be the price that you buy the house for, and you will be safe, usually. I mean, you know, like there's always hidden things where you didn't, like this one house that I'm doing right now, we had to tear it down, tear all the drywall off, tear it down to the studs. Then we found that we had to redo all of the HVAC, all of the electrical, all of the plumbing. We even had to take a jackhammer and go into the cement slab and redo all the plumbing in there. It was a beast. Luckily, I had enough in it. I had gotten it for a good enough price that will probably just break even on that one. And that's okay. Like when we're doing volume like this, breaking even is a great thing because it gives me one more under my belt. Would I like to have made 30,000 on it? Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't? But, you know, like at least I didn't lose on it. So thanks for listening, and click that subscribe button below.